Thank you for attending the Access More Data with BizInsight webinar. At this time, I would like to introduce Cade Hoff. Go ahead, Cade.
Thank you, Valerie. Good afternoon, everyone. As she said, my name is Cade Hoff. I'm an ASR here at BizNet and cover the eastern region of the United States. And today, we're just going to do a deeper dive, kind of going a little bit outside of the standard BizInsight and into additional modules. So without further ado, what I'm going to be doing today is just run through a quick PowerPoint, and then I'm going to hand it off to Paul Neal. He's our technical product specialist, and he's going to give you a demo. We will jump back over to my screen and do some final housekeeping Q&A, and then we'll be done. So let's get started. All right, so essentially, we're going to start off by saying a little bit about the company so that you have a stronger understanding of the background and how, of course, how to access more data with BizInsight, the demo and whatnot that I just went through. And so who is BizNet? Well, we were founded in 1996. We've been endorsed by over 100 partners and over 15 software publishers. And essentially, we specialize in leveraging the power of Microsoft Excel to offer self-serving reporting and analytics for all Excel users. Essentially, we create world-class reporting products directly connecting to your data, your ERP data, anytime, anywhere, and enabling you to create dynamic reports so you can answer your own questions, provide you more accurate data for real-time analytics, and automatically identify report errors and make reports that are easy to share. So access more data with BizInsight. My presumption is that a majority are Sage 100 users and users of our BizInsight 5 product. And with that, you get GL. And what we're going to be going over today is sometimes called a content pack, or it's called Sage 100 Provide X System or Sage 100 System Connector. So we're going to dive into the capabilities of the software more from an accounts payable and receivable perspective, sales orders, purchase orders, and inventory management. So with that said, I'm going to hand this over to my faithful partner, Paul, here. And as soon as I can get him shared, then we're going to go ahead and start the demo. So just hold on just a moment.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Paul Neal, as Cade said, and I will be your host today for the demo. So with the, the name of this webinar is Access to More Data. And that is true in more ways than one, because with our content pack, Cade showed you all the additional modules that you get, but I'll also be showing that you will also get BizInsight 7 standalone so that you can build queries off of the additional modules as well as off of any outside resource. Okay, and you can query based off of that. And so first off, I'm just going to start off with the report. So once you get report set up with BizInsight version 5, you have just a basic introduction to what we can do. Instead of having to compile it and to make it reconfigured and reproduce the report, all we have to do is simply update the parameters. So let's say somebody comes to us and they need 1 month report for December of 2016. All we have to do is update that year, now update that month, and just like that, this report's updated, the title's updated as well. And then we can shift to even say a 3-month report or a 6-month report here. Let's go with that 3-month. So then we highlight, so we're going to the beginning of our 3-month period, highlighting, and then dragging over. And just like that, we have a 3-month report updated with the title updated as well. And we can pivot this even into a 12-month report. So we'll go to January, the beginning of our 12-month period. Once again, highlight that column all the way and just drag this across. And just like that, we've gone all the way to a 12-month report. And I mean, I could continue dragging this hypothetically until the end of time or the end of possible spreadsheet. And once that's done, then then all you have to do is send this off to the people that want this. But there's also improved capability here from other reporting applications as far as going in between calendar years seamlessly, and even going in between 2 calendar years on the same report. So let's say your fiscal year starts in May, and so what we can do is we can just adjust the beginning of that May. And for a lot of reporting applications, it's pretty difficult to go in between 2 calendar years. But for BizInsight, it is seamless. And once you have everything set up, you have somebody that has questions about the raw data, then once they have questions, all they have to do is right click and then go to the drill down. Then we have the table, pivot table, or super table. And so just to show you each one here. Oh, wow. And so get that pivot table. And for some reason, drill down is just not working for us today. It's okay though. But you guys understand, if you have this report, you understand what this does. It brings back the raw values. But what we want to do is we want to move beyond general ledger. All of these are based off of general ledger currently. But what I'm going to do is show you how you can answer more than general ledger questions. You can also answer questions such as, okay, who owes us money? And how you answer that question is you can do that with this aged and forecast receivables report. And how with this aged and forecasted receivables report, there are two great things about this. First off, it's very easy to set up. Secondly, it actually comes as one of our standard templates. And so with this, I can move my aging date here. And we were looking at the aged and forecasted receivables report. Now, before I go to this, I kind of had a reset on my machine for the drill down. But to actually show you the drill down, as I said, you go to the right click and then you can click on table, pivot table, or super table. Let's go with table just to show you the gist of what you will see. Now this one only returns a single row for the value, but as you can see, I have all of my available fields or columns returning from the database right here, from this specific GL account. And then also, it's filtered to match the parameters that I've set here. So October 2015 for the sales. So essentially, it gives you the entire table, but just for the filters that you have set. And so with that, let's go ahead and continue. So talking about who owes us money. So with this, with the new content pack, you can get access to your accounts receivables and your sales orders and really dive into what's going on there. So with this company, as you can see here, I can go in between different months. And once I do that, it will not only change the month, but you can see that I have a spark chart here that also changes for me. And like I said, this is one of our standard templates. It just about every time, except for my first try, has worked just on the first setup. So on this let's play a scenario here. Let's say we have a warehouse manager that's telling us, hey, we've got 2 identical orders that just came in, but we can only fill 1. Whose do we fill? Well, that's first question you have to ask your warehouse manager is, who are the companies that send in these identical orders? Now you have computer repair and sales, and then you have Blackwell emulsion. Those are the two. Now, it is said that when you don't have the data, you make a gut decision, or as Sherlock Holmes once put it, you make make data to suit theories instead of theories to suit data. And so, if you're at this company, chances are you have heard about computer repair and sales. They're a pretty big customer for you, whereas Blackwell emulsion is kind of on the back burner. But if you'll notice, as we go to our November, go on to the next month here, computer repair and sales, their outstanding receivables really just keeps piling up. While they have more in the pipeline than Blackwell emulsion, they really just haven't been paying you back. And so because you have access to this data and you're not just making data up to suit your theory or just relying on sales data, you can go with Blackwell emulsion, who actually has made an effort to pay down their outstanding receivables. And so with this, now you're helping your cash flow and your bottom line with this receivables data. And also just another quick thing to know, just as far as reporting. So the Spark chart, this does come with the template, but just one thing to know, just for future reference with Excel charts and graphs, Spark charts are great if you have multiple things that you're trying to compare trend on, but they have multiple different volumes. So you'll see here, I mean, I go from 4,578, and I even have a 0 right here, or as low as 11. Now, if those were all on the same chart, that would be a very messy chart. But because you have them as Spark charts, you can actually see the trend for each individual person. And so that's just a little extra tidbit as far as what's going on or how to organize your reports for the future for your bosses. And so with that, we've just analyzed, by analyzing outstanding receivables, we've just saved our company money. But with the additional data, you don't have to just ask who owes us money. You can also ask who's making us money. And so here we have a customer analysis report. Let me go ahead and zoom out just a tad. And so I have I have all of my customers here listed here. And then I have different metrics to show, hey, what's going on with this customer on this year, this month, but also this territory. So I can change the year. Let's say I go back to 2015 and it updates. Now let's say I go to March here, it updates as well. And then let's say I change this territory. Let's check out what's going on in the Northwest. So now I can quickly see what's going on. And so because of the conditional formatting here, my eye is quickly drawn. And on these, I can drill down on any of these functions, and it is actually pulling from invoice data or sales order data into my report, so that we can actually have consistent data here. And then we can also analyze our salespeople. How are they doing? If we have somebody asking us to give a sales report, we can quickly go in between different years to see who's performing well, who's not performing well, just depending on the year. And again, you have the conditional formatting. You have the drill down capability as well. And now I will really want to get into the benefit. So with the content pack, what you can do is you can pull different tables, but in order to really make the queries or to make the functions, we include version 7 standalone. And so what that does, or what that means for you, so let's say, you just have this sheet full of records. So you've just pulled this from your Sage 100 database. what do you do with it? You go here to select data, and you click on this little cell selector, and then click in this top left corner, do Control Shift right, Control Shift down, and press OK. And then you name it GL balances. You can create it as a table for this one. I don't want to do that necessarily. And then you click next, and you can make sure, okay, are all these formats what I want? Sometimes it will show an ID more as a number instead of text. So let's say you'll notice segment 1 is as text for here, or if I wanted to make that a number, I could. And here are all of your options for that. So you select your data, you press next. Just like that, you have all of those records loaded. So now you can make a report off of that. And let me show you how you do that here. And zooming in just a tad. And so once you have your data and you need to make a report off of it, you come here to the Query Data tool. And for this, you will always be in Excel. Let's start over here. And so you want to make a function. Now, on top of making a function, you can make another table based off of your table and then just filter it down or remove duplicates for a specific column and make a list. You could even make a data validation, or for those of you not as familiar with Excel, that's their way of saying the drop-down box. So you can do that as well. So, but now you have the function. So where is your data? My data is in Excel, and I want to grab GL balances and month to date net. Now for version 5 for general ledger, you currently have a drag and drop function that would pull up here. I'm just showing you how you can make it more versatile here with the version 7 standalone for your report. So now you grab filters. With the version 5 filters, they are all equals. But with the version 7 standalone, you can get all sorts of different filter types. So now we're going to press equals for this one and put that here. And then fiscal period equals here. And we're actually going to use an anchor here. And then last but not least, segment 1 number, put that here, and then grab that column for me, and then press O. And then also, because this is revenue, that is one thing to watch out with version 7. If you're dealing with something being GL related and it's revenue, you can click on reverse sign. The month to date net function in version 5 pulling from the GL, it does do that for you automatically. But we've added this little tool just to make it easy for you. So let's press OK. And now I can stick this function anywhere I want for our purposes. I'll stick it in this top left corner. Press OK. Yes, I want to override that. And so now I've just retrofitted this report with a dynamic cell based off the data that I just pulled. I do want to show you, you do have increased dashboarding application in Excel. That's because Excel has over 200 charts and graphs on their own. And so here's a dashboard that I've built completely with Excel charts and graphs. And so with that, I can make any source of data that I can get into Excel, my data source, and then I can use all of these charts, just combine them together. And just like that, I have a dashboard for my boss to impress my boss with. So with that, I'll go ahead and switch it back to Cade. So we can go ahead and do the Q&A part.
Thank you very much, Paul. I appreciate it. And just trying to get my screen going here. So really what the takeaways should be, is, we're trying to get down to the point of, what it should be that you're looking for in a reporting solution. And it boils down to something that connects directly to your data anytime, anywhere. Allows you dynamic reports that answer your questions, provides accurate data in real-time analytics, and automatically identifies report errors and is easy to share. So why is it worth it to get the content packs and also the standalone license of BizInsight 7? Well, anyone can build reports within minutes. You're going to actually spend your time analyzing information versus aggregating it, which is huge. Most people don't spend enough time actually looking at the data that they're compiling. And it's going to allow you faster and easier access to information and give you high impact decisions that are made based off of these reports and the data in them. And having that capability of diving deeper into your data and seeing other aspects of your database is going to give you a stronger sense of what's going on, not only with the business, but with the market. What's trending upwards, what's trending downwards, and how do you need to adjust the business as a result of that?
With that, I'm going to go ahead and end the call. I'd like to thank everyone for taking the time to attend today's webinar. This webinar is now concluded.